Good morning, everybody. Hello, I am Joanna Intara Zim from sacredfemphoenix.com. Actually, sacredfemphoenix.com is correct. And I want to say good morning and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Thank you for being here this morning. I am happy to be with you and wanted to share this topic today. I was reflecting on what it's been like for me over the holidays, and I know it's a really deep time for a lot of people, and that a lot of stuff comes up. And while the outside world is busy looking happy and celebratory, and like everything's just supposed to be picture perfect, I think about 3 or 4 years ago during this time, I was in a world of deep, deep, deep pain. I remember going to sleep just feeling blah and melancholy and grief and heartache. I felt like the divine had forsaken me. And it was a real, as they say, coming to Jesus moment, like where you just like offer everything up to see what's really true. And that was, I realized that I had actually forsaken myself. I had forsaken my own divinity. And so I realized with this that it was time to ascend. It was time to wake up and get really clear on what my truths were. And I wasn't living my truth. I was quite comfortable with my work reality, but I wasn't really expanding. I felt like I had actually been coasting for some time. And I knew that I had to do something else. I knew that I had to face myself and get really honest with myself about what my deepest desires were. So if you're somebody who is sitting or watching right now who has been looking within and going, that really needs to shift, and I really need to open up to this larger perspective of what my desires are, that's really, really possible. And the amazing thing about allowing myself to do that was that I actually realized when I went through that experience that the part of me that felt grief-stricken and despair, like the divine had forsaken me, that wasn't who I really was. I had a mistaken identity of being somebody who believed that those things were all true. Unfortunately, by the grace of opening up to these things and letting them be there, I actually learned like that is not who I am. And in that process, what I did was that I actually let myself fast forward about 45 years, like well into my 80s. And I said to myself, okay, like if you're still carrying these thoughts around when you're in your 80s or when you're dying, what is that going to be like? What is it going to be like to still feel like you're forsaken by the divine in your 80s, or still feel like your desires are not fulfilled? What will that actually feel like? It was a big moment for me because I really let myself imagine myself being an 80-year-old or being at least on my deathbed. If you've ever wanted to get really awake in your life with what is going on now, fast forward your state to your deathbed and see what information comes your way, not to be grim or grisly, but it like actually to propel you back into life. And so when I laid there, I imagined myself being an 80-something-year-old woman. Maybe I was like 88 or 89. And I imagined feeling still forsaken by the divine. I imagined feeling really grief-stricken. I imagined still not having my desires be fully out there on some level with what I wanted from my life. And I imagined that was the state I was dying in. And there was never more of a moment at that time that just was like, bam, from the universe, like bam, like the self-hatred that I would have felt at that time in my late 80s, on the verge of death, was like, oh my God, like I cannot live with this. I do not want to live with this. And so it was like a massive quantum kick in the butt, really, that I kind of gave myself and that life gave me in that moment. And I was grateful to really let that openness happen, to let myself feel what it would have felt like. And I couldn't tolerate the self-hatred. So if I couldn't tolerate the self-hatred in my late 80s, I couldn't tolerate it even now at that time, 3 or 4 years ago. I couldn't tolerate the self-hatred from not allowing my own full desires to fully live. So if you're somebody who has been thinking about this for a while, I would really invite you to ask what the desires are. I did not, it was just like, it was not an option. It was like, no, 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 no. That is not going to work in my late 80s. No way. And the way that I dissolved these thoughts, the challenges, was a process of letting compassion and presence and my own wisdom about what I knew was really true to come in and to dissolve all of them, to just let it go. So if you are a person who is no longer willing to not live your truth and have that be out there, I would like to invite you to your personal transformation masterclass. It's called 7 Days to Release and Rewire Your Divine Feminine Power by Experiencing the Art of Sacred Transformation. I cannot wait to show you how to effectively, succinctly, compassionately, and essentially bring all of your goodness and all of your gifts right into the places where you struggle the most. We all have places that we struggle with. Even if somebody looks picture perfect on camera or their pictures look like they're always happy, there's something that people are always dealing with in the shadows. And I just want to dispel that myth right now. And what I'm here for, why I'm here on this planet, is to effectively and efficiently, and also with a lot of sacredness and respect for your journey, help you to dissolve these things right at the core place, so that all of the life force energy that you have in that's held up in the like the desires not being met, or the grief or the sadness, I'm here to help you totally dissolve that, so that that life force energy can come back to you. I want you to have that back. I mean, just imagine for a second all the things that you would do with that life force energy back with you. It's like, what would you want to create? Because it can either be destruction, right, when it's being used for lighting up things that don't serve us. And then when we reclaim its inherent power, which is what these videos are going to do, it's going to give you back your creative power, and then you will be able to create anything that you want. So you can see the link below. It's sacredfemphoenix.com. You just simply sign up, and you will start on day 1, the introduction video. You're going to receive 8 days to completely transform how you actually do your inner change work. I want this to be easy for you. I know you are inundated. I know your time is precious, and I'm not here to waste your time or give you things that are foo-foo and not going to work. It's also very grounded, and I also want it to be delightful as well, because I think that there should be a lot of fun in the transformation process. And a lot of times it can be presented as being really heavy thanks to the media and Hollywood and maybe people's personal experiences. I know for one that I have a lot of fun with my clients, and we laugh, and there's a lot of delight. You're also going to receive super fresh-faced love and wisdom practices to help totally transform your challenges right in the place that matter most, so that you can start to pretty quickly experience changes. And also there will be 7 days of focus on the exact transformational soul medicines that you'll need to shift your biggest challenges and dissolve your darkest struggles and unleash the magnificence of your true self. Who's there? Hi, Rachel. Hello. Nice to see you. Thank you. Hi, Rita. Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm also going to be giving you direct access to your potent feminine power allies. I use these every single day, every single minute, with anything that's bothering me, with anything that I am challenged with. I'm going to be giving those to you with images for you to keep and practice. This doesn't cost you anything. You just go to the URL below and sign up, and you'll be on your way. I'm also going to be giving you 7 radically fresh, totally relevant mantras that are no foo-foo, really grounded, that you can use. You can print out if you join my Facebook group, Sacred Phoenix Rising, a juicy sanctuary for men, women, and couples. You will be able to head over there right away so that you can start transforming your deepest challenges. These are going to be fun mantras, playful. You can print them out, you can enjoy them, because that is the name of the game here. I've also created for you a playbook, a guidebook, and also a diary with over 50 pages of valuable content, many things that are not mentioned in the videos. And these are things that I usually only share in my paid programs. I have poured my love, my presence, my heart, and my soul into this for you, because I am here. It's what I live for, to support you in your transformation and to have it be happening with ease, with flow, with fun. It's over 120 minutes of videos and teachings. But it's only limited, it's only available for a limited time. So hop on over to www.sacredfemphoenix.com. That's sacredfemphoenix.com. And all you have to do is